rock stars, hi fashion lovers. Today we'll be having a lovely moment together, trust me, because I'll be taking you through the process of how to make a pant. Yeah, you can call it a trouser, you can call it a pant, or even a pant trouser. So on today's video, I'll be breaking it down on how to make this pant. I'll be breaking it down A to Z for you to understand. I'll take you through the process of the cutting today, and also as well the sewing part of it will be on the next video. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that. And for my old subscriber, thank you so much. And please share my video comments. I love you all. Let's get into the video. And this will be the formula we'll be using to cut it on our fabric. I'm on the waist circumference here. I'm having 30 inches, 30. So I'll be dividing the 30 circumference into 4. Whatever I get, that's why, see, don't mind me. Here is question mark. Or let me just wrong it. Whatever, wrong. Pardon me for that. So whatever I have here, I'll be, after dividing it into 4, that's the waist circumference. Whatever I have get here, that's on your own measurement. You take your waist circumference, you divide it by 4. Whatever you get, you add ½ inch to that on your fabric. Then the hip circumference is 36, yes. Yeah, so your hip circumference, just divide it by 4. Whatever you get, you mark it on your fabric. Then the lap circumference here is 22. That's what I am using, is 22. The lap circumference. The lap circumference is 22. So I divide my lap circumference into 2. Then the new length is 22. It remains the same. I will advise you to take your client or whoever you're making your pant or the trouser for, just take the new length and you just mark it without any division, without dividing it. Then the person or the client's new circumference, you just have to take it. I will advise you to take it. There's a formula to get the new circumference. I'll not be treating that right now. Pardon me for that. I don't want the video to be too long, to be extremely long. So just take the person new circumference. Whenever you see me saying circumference, that's the round of whatever you're taking. So the new circumference 17, you just divide it into 2. Whatever you get, you mark it on your fabric. Then the length, the trouser length is 40. Then plus ½ inch at the waist hem. That's what you'll be using. I won't use waist hem for it. I'll use waist seam. Can use hem or seam. That's why I'm writing WS. That's the inch. This ½ inch will be meant to join your waistband. You understand? That's to join your waistband together. So whatever you get after the length measurement, you add ½ inch to it, or at the upside, and at the down part of it, you will measure 2.5 at the down measurement, which will be your trouser length M. That's what you'll be folding at the down part, will be 2.5. While on the upside, that is the waist side, upside of the length, you will add ½ inch, which you'll be using you'll be joining it together with your band. You'll be using to join your band together with the body of your trouser, with your trouser length. So I hope you get what I'm saying, but I'll be demonstrating it, marking it on the fabric now. They usually understand. Then the hem circumference I'll be using, that's the bottom of my trouser, will be 14. The round of it will be 14 for each leg, and divided by 2. You have to divide it by 2. It's whatever it gives you, you mark it on your fabric. So let's get to the cutting. Let me move this. Yeah, when you're cutting, you have to let your fabric be into 2. So if the design on the fabric is facing at the back side of the blouse is facing up. That is the design is facing up. I also want the trouser, the back of this trouser to face up too. That doesn't it doesn't affect the cutting of this trouser. I am just explaining to you why I am cutting it single, but on your own part you just fold your fabric into two. You understand? Do you understand my explanation? The flower is what I had to follow. This is why because of my blouse that I've cut already. So this is why I'm making it single. But in your own part, when you're cutting your pant or your trouser, please do make sure your fabric is folded into two. Either you're using plain fabric or fabric with designs like this, or any design, or just make it into two. Fold your fabric into two. The way you now want the design on your fabric to be, that depends on you. That should be your decision, but this is my own decision. You just have to fold your fabric into two, like I said. Then you take your measurements from up your fabric. You take the length of your trouser downward. But on this case, like I said, I'm trying to be careful with the design on this fabric. And this is why, anyways, I'll be taking the hem of my trouser length, which is what? I mean the hem length, which is 2.5, right? 2.5 that I said I'll add to the length. Let me show you guys. 2.5 that I said I'll add to the length. So I'll be taking the 2.5 this way first, and I'm doing this for you to also understand what I'm trying to get out here. So this will be 2.5 here, yeah, and 2.5 here, yeah. Then I'll take my ruler and just, are you seeing that? Just give it a straight rule. I've used the first line here is just like a marginal line, like a starting point or finishing point. Why? Because my own fabric, that is my own fabric, is not straight at the down parts, and at the side too here, my fabric is not straight. That's why you're seeing this line. This line is not meant for anything yet. I just rule it to ensure me that the lines are straight. And what you're seeing here too, I'm trying to get the starting point. Let me move my camera. The starting point, which will be the waist point, the starting point, the waistline. This will be my waistline, and from here, from my starting point, I had to take, let me bend the camera. From the starting point here, I'm just trying to break everything down for you, and I want you not to get confused of the line you're seeing here right now. So from here to here, from my starting point, or from the down part of your trouser, of your fabric, just take two upward, that will be for your folding. That's what you will fold here. Do you understand me? That's what you will fold here. This is the 2.5. Then to this place is just this way, see? To this place, and which you will fold ½ inch here at the down part by the time you're sewing. So that's the 2.5. Then from that 2.5, I'll be taking the measurements, my normal measurements, which is 40 for the length. I'll take 40 for the length. This tutorial is just beginner friendly. Like, I'm breaking everything into pieces, just as if you are out to break Olumo rock, a rock, or any rock anyway. So this is 40. Let me move the camera to you. 40. Are you seeing that 40? Let me move the camera, please. See that? That's 40. This 40, right? Yeah. You remember I said we will be adding half inch to the upper side of it. So this is 40. Then I'm adding half inch to it. That's 40. And I'm adding half inch to it, half inch. So I'll be taking that measurement too at this side at 40 as well, plus the half. I hope you're seeing that. I hope you're seeing that. Plus the half inch. Plus the half inch. So I'll be taking ruler to join them together. I hope you're getting that. That's for the length and the half inch that you use to join your waistline. That you use to join your band. So look at that. This line, this side line, just take 1 inch inward, 1 inch inward, all from up the waist downward. Take 1 inch inward. Why is this chalk breaking? Sometimes you will need to use chalk. You'll be looking for chalk to use. You won't see, or even tape rule. My ruler has broken again. It keeps breaking, and I always forget to get another one off camera so that this video will not be extremely too long, because I had to break up. Just forget about it. This first line, neglect it. So from your your side point, you have to take 1 inch inward. So after which you start taking all the measurements. So your waist measurement, for me, mine is 30 that I'll be using, divided into 4. Into 2, I think that will be 7. Divided into 2 first, it will be 15. Then you divide that 15 again, and you can as well use your calculator. You divide that 15 into 2, which will give you 7.5. 7.5. So from this line, look at it. From this one inch that we take inward, you take a measurement of 7.5. 7.5, bam. Then you add this half inch to it. So this is the 7.5 I'm having. Then I'm adding half inch to it. Then from there you will take your hip circumference. Mine here is 36 divided by 4. Let's do that together. I think that would be 9 or so. 36. I think divided by 4. I think that would be 9. Let's do it together. 9. Then from up here, from your waistline, you take it this way, not this way this time. You can as well take it this way, but just follow what I'm doing, then you still get the same measurements and accurate. So from there you take 9, right? You take 9. Then whatever that is here this way, you bring it to this place. So you're having 8 here. Remember, it was 7.5 for your waist after you've divided it into 4, and you added half inch. So whatever you're getting here, which is 8, you bring it down here. Yeah. Remember, to this line, not this line. Forget this line. You bring it here. Yeah. Yeah. Then you take your straight ruler rather. You take it measurement. You take it straight. Take your ruler and take it straight. Straight this way. Yeah. Then from that line, from this line that you took for your hip, you go upward by 2. You go upward by 2. Do you see that? You go upward by 2. Are you getting that? Then at that line, at that first line, when you divided your hip into 4, mine is 9. Let me move it here. That mine is 9. Then from that line, not the one you took 2 upward, from that line you take your lap measurement, and my lap measurement is 22 divided by 2 will be 11, right? Yeah. So 22, let's do that together. 22 divided by 2, not divided by 4. This time, for your lap, you divide it into 2. It will be 11. Then from here, from this line that we are using, you take your 11. 11. It's so simple, just like bread and butter or bread and mayonnaise. You take that, then you need to rule it, to join it, to make a straight line to that measurement. Yeah. Okay. Then it's so simple if you just follow what I'm doing. Very, very, very simple. So from there, I usually, not everyone that does this, but for you to understand how to shape it, I usually take either 1/2 inch or 1.5. This way, I'll put my tape this way at this angle. This angle here. This angle, just take 1 inch upward and mark it 1 inch. That's how you connect it, as if you're connecting your armhole. That will be for your crush. They call it either flap or crush area. You connect it. That is, you connect this, the place you remember we took 2 inches upward, then you connect from there to this 1 inch that I took upward, then you connect it to where your lap measurement is. So let's do that. You can use your free hand, and you can use your do you see that? Are you seeing that? Fine. Then from there, from your waist measurement, let me turn the camera again. From your waist measurement here, you go down to take your new length. Your new length. Mine here, the length, not the circumference. The new length, are you seeing, is what? 22. So I'll be taking 22 here. Even for an adult, the measurement is the knee length is usually from 22 to 20, like that, except if the person is so tall or too short. Not too short, I'm sorry using too short. If the person is short like me, but at the same time, for adults, is usually from the waist down is usually 20 or 20 to 22. Okay, the 22 is here. What I'm doing there is just, you remember we added 1/2 inch here that will be going together with to join the band. So my 20 was from here, from the beginning of our waist, where we started the measurement of our waist, down here. But I added 1/2 inch because, okay, I did this way. Just look. You remember this 1/2 inch is going, right? the half, so I had to just mark that half inch. Then I started my measurement from that half inch to this place, which is giving me this 22 here. 22 here. Don't get confused. Let me clean this. Let me clean this. That's the 22 there. Correct. That's the 22 there. That is from our normal waist measurement, not from the half inch that is going out. That is not from the half inch that we are going to use to join the band. This is from our normal camera, don't fall down. From our normal measurements here. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. You remember half, we are adding half inch at the upper side of the length at the upper side of the length of our trouser. The half inch, this is the half inch from here to here. So from here, I had to measure my knee length, which is 22, right? So at this upper part, upside, the crotch area, just take a measurement of 1 inch for your slants, 1 inch for your slants. Then take your ruler and connect it 1 inch. Forget about this half. Don't get confused. Do not get confused. So from the half inch here, from the 1 inches you took downward, connect it to your waist here. Just give it a slant this way. That's the shaping of your waist. So from there, wait, we need to get the middle point of our trouser. How? You just have to start the knee line. Let me rule it out for you to see. The knee line. This is our knee line. So at the knee line, whatever you get here for the starting point, let me rule this to the knee, the lap area. That is the hip line. You remember the hip line here was when we now took measurement of the lap divided by 2, and whatever we get, we mark it here. So after shaping it, as I was saying, measurement 11, then I added half inch to that. Half inch to that. See, this is the half inch here. This is the measurement here. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. Then I added half inch to it. So after adding half inch to it, so from there to get your midpoint, from that half inch that you added here at the lap, the half inch here, you place your tape rule this way to the starting point here, to this starting point here. Then you try to get your midpoint, which I did before. Midpoint. Then whatever you get here, you come to your knee line here, your knee line. Let me turn the camera. Your knee line here, then you transfer it to this place. We're just trying to get the same midpoint, a straight line. You transfer it. I hope you're seeing that. You transfer it to this place. Don't mind the water there on the fabric. Then you come to this side too. You do the same thing. You transfer it down. We're just trying to get, anyway, to get the midpoint straight. Are you getting me? So I wanted to do this offline before. That is the ruling of the midpoint, but some might not understand. That is, understand how to go about it. That is why I have to do it, everything for you to see. So get your straight ruler. Don't mind my ruler. And that's the midpoint of the trouser from the lap, which is the hip line. This is our hip line, and we took the measurement of our lap. So from there, I got my midpoint downward. You get that? Which I'll just explain. So from this line, you remember this is our normal length line, trouser length line. This, not the folding part. This will be our folding part. This is the extra from here to here was the extra 2 inches. 2.5. This was the 2 from here, from our normal length to this place is the 2.5, 2.5 measurements we marked that will be folding in. But from this part, this normal length measurements, the normal length measurements, which mine is 40, you go there, you take your M circumference. My M circumference here is 14. That is how wide you want the down part of your trouser should be. So 14 divided by 2 will be 7, I think. 7. Wait, let me put something on this thing. 7, right? Yeah, 7. 14 divided by 2 will be 7. On my tape rule, it will be 7. Yeah, see that? 7. So you come to the new, to the length, rather, I said new, sorry. The final length, which is your normal trouser length. You may take measurement, you place your tape rule this way and take the 7 inches. But you will not take it straight. You will have to divide your 7 again into 2. You divide your 7 into 2. Are you seeing that? Which will give you 3.5. So you take the 7 inches on both sides, which will be 3.5 here, yeah, and 3.5 here. From this midpoint, you will have to share it 3.5 here, 3.5 here, which will give you that 7. That's 7. So by the time you finish sewing, you remember I said this, your fabric should be on fold, should be into 2, not single, should be on fold in 2. The fabric will be 1, then 2 for just the front. So by the time you sew it together, the round of your trouser will equals to that 14. That 14. Whatever that measurement you want yours to be, how wide you want yours to be. But by the time I finish sewing this, mine will be 14 inch, but divided into 2. Instead of you just putting your tape rule this way and get your 7 per gap, if you have to just divide it into. If I'm to divide down my 14 into 2. And it gives 7. If I am to just mark it, I'll mark 7 this way, right? Yeah, I'll mark 7 this way, which will be this place. But no, we won't be doing that. We'll divide the 7 into 2 and share it at this side from the midpoint, that straight line we did upward. The straight line we did upward, but for the bottom side, which is the end circumference, the down of the length of your trouser or your pant, you have to divide that 7 into 2, which is giving me 3.5 here, bagam. Then from 3.5 from this line, from this midpoint to this place is 3.5. Then if you see this, if you look at this 2, is 3.5 from this line inward 2. From this line outward is 3.5. Then you take your tape rule. Don't forget the mark, 3.5. Then you'll be connecting in this way. Now you'll be taking, look at this part, the part at your side. You'll be, let me move mine. The part at your side, you'll be taking your measurements this way. Turn it this way. your tape, your hip cuff measurements. Look at it. The hip cuff measurements. I mean, the hip cuff and the hip cuff ruler, the inner part of it. Take it this way. I need you to see this. Let me move my tape rule. The inner side of it, let it face out. While the cuff part of the ruler, let it face your side. Then, from your waistline, you will be taking it to this side. So from here, your cuff, your hip cuff ruler, this hip cuff ruler, let me show you very well. The hip cuff ruler, this ruler that looks cuff, that is always cuff, is called hip cuff ruler. So the hip cuff ruler, all you just do is place it this way from that mark here, place it this way, not from the starting of our measurement. Place it this way. From here, look at this. Let me show you. Connect it from here to this part, this new line, by doing this way. But the cuff part of your hip cuff line should be facing out, while the inner part will be facing you. The inner part of it will be facing you, don't forget, and the cuff side will be facing out. Then you connect this way. All this my ruler. Get us. Do you see that? Do you see the cuff? Can you see that the cuff is so nice? It's looking so good. Then from there, from that part, from that new length, you know your cuff ruler was placed this way to join that. Then this time, you have to turn it. The cuff side of your ruler. Let me do my camera for you to see. Let me move the camera. The cuff side this time will be facing you, and the inner part will be facing out. Vice versa, right? Then from here, you will join it from here to your waist. Let me turn. What's wrong with this? You will join it to this waistline. So look at it, the shape. Then from there, you take your ruler, you take the measurement of your new circumference. Here, the new circumference that I'm using is 17 divided by 2. Let's do that. It gives me 8.5. You just place to the at the new line. Just place your tape rule this way. 8.5, and measure it. Take the measurements, measure it 8.5. Then you take your ruler and connect from here. Let me show you. Connect from here, from your lap area, that's the hip line, the lap area where you added half, where I added half to my 11-inch. Connect it from here down to this place, to that your 8.5. Connect it to that 8.5. Whatever measurement you are getting for your own new circumference divided by 2, you connect it to that place. Then from there, you connect it to this. You remember what we marked? We marked something here that we divided. That I divided my 7-inch into 2, 3.5. So the 3.5 at the midpoint that I took measurement of 3.5 here 3.5 here. So you connect from this new circumference to this place. So let me do that too off line then you see. So let's cut it out. I already mark it out, and I already mark it out. After marking it, I already join it off camera. So as you can see this, look at it after joining from that half. You remember, from that half, I joined to the new line that I took, new circumference. I joined it. Then look at the shape, how nice it is, and I joined to that side. Then before you cut, you come to this side. Just take your straight ruler at the 2.5 inch. Just make a little slant with your ruler. Don't take it straight this way. Why? Because when you're folding it, so that it will give a good shape anyway. Just slant it a little bit this way, and just do it this way. Just a slight, a very slight. You can see I'm not taking it straight. A very slight slant. Just little slant, little this way. You understand? Then see, you can see it's a very little slant, slight one. Very slight. See that? See that? Because when you're folding it, so that the shape down will be good, will be okay. Just very slight one. Then we cut these two out. Remember, your fabric has to be on fold, and look at how shape, because here at our nail down, it's not straight, and from our nail to our hip, it's not straight naturally. So you have to do it this way. Then you cut out. Let me cut it out off camera. So guys, after that, you will need to cut this out for your flap, this shape. You remember I told you your fabric has to be in two. Please remember that your fabric has to be in two. You remember, look at my fabric is in two. But because I want the design somehow on my fabric, so I had to cut it one. But your fabric has to be in two. See that? So this flap area, this zip area, because this is where your zip will be, while your pocket will be here. The zip area, which is the flap area, the crotch area, call it crotch or flap or any, the crotch area where we took the hip, where we took the lap circumference, the hip area where we curve for the flap. You know, when we were cutting it, it was this way. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? You remember that? So this thing here, after cutting out the front of your trouser, this part here, let me pin this back. So, this side, we have to cut it out for your flap. That is where your zip, I'll show you why cut it, but just cut it out for your flap, for your zipper, for the flap where your zip will be. But it has to be in two. Remember, your fabric will be in two, so by the time you cut this, it will be two. But because of my own design for this, for the blouse of this outfit and the trouser, because of the design the design on the fabric and the design I'm trying to make, so I had to cut it one, which this will be the second side of it, second part of it. But on yours, since the fabric is on fold already, so definitely by the time you cut this flap, it will be, your fabric will be on fold, right? Then by the time you cut it, it will be in two, to be in two. It will be cut out two at once. But because mine, I was cutting the front part one by one, not on fold. That is why I'm doing all this paparazzi. I will just shape it to be the same. See that? See that? And I'll just cut this. Because it has to be equal. It has to be equal. Are you seeing that? Just trying to make it two. But you don't need this cutting of shaping of this. It will come out in two, but as long as you cut in two, you fold your fabric in two while cutting the front side. So I'll just do this to mine. It will be for the flap. I'll show you how to use it. You need to keep it. I'll show you how to use it. This will be for your zip area, for your flap, the flap of the zip area, the flap part or zipper part. So you take that aside. So right now, assuming, let me show you something quickly. Assuming your fabric was on fold into two while you were cutting, and you don't need all this paparazzing of me trying to make a design out of this fabric design. Assuming you're not doing that, all you just do is fold the fabric into two. By the time you fold it into two, where you cut out this flap, if you remember while I was cutting, my fabric was this way. Remember, it was this way. Let me show you guys. It was this way, right? Yeah, the hip side, the flap side, which is the hip, also the hip side body lap circumference. Here we took this a kind of a revision, then again a revision again, the new circumference, new line, the knee line, which we took the knee circumference and the length and the 2.5 for fold. So you remember my fabric was this way and the measurement too was this way. What's wrong with this thing? Was this way. Let me move this. It was this way. So by the time you cut out this flap, by the time you cut out your fabric, this part that I cut here will be on your fabric. So be this way on your fabric. Remember that? To be this way. By the time you cut it out on your fabric, this place will be easier for you. This was what I was saying. It will be into, and it will be easier for you to cut it into. So by the time you are folding your fabric again, the remaining fabric, you will have to turn the upper side, the waist side of the front of the cut part of your trouser or pants. You know, you've cut out the front part. The two is the front part, and this is the upper side, which is the waist side. So you just turn it this way. You just turn it this way. You flip it this way. The one that was this down part of your trouser will be where you cut out your waist line, while the waistline will be at the down part where you cut out your what is this called, your waistline. Where you cut out your down part, the bottom part will be flipped over, and you have to make your flap area to face you. So by the time you're cutting now, you cut this way. because we will have to drag it to the back to take the measurements, which I'll be doing, I'll be demonstrating for you right now. So let me do that. Let me fold my fabric. But because, remember, because I'm trying to get a design, that is why it's not coming this way I just explained. So that's it. As you can see, I've cut out the front part of our pant or our trouser or our pant trouser, and it's into two. As you can see, it is into two. So I flipped it. The other time, you remember, it was this way, like the waist side was at this side and the bottom side, that's the end side, was at the other side. But now I flip it, and also you can see that's the waist side there, and this side, this crushed side, the flap area is facing me right now. And when you get to this part at the bottom, we are cutting the back right now anyway. Cutting of the back, you come to this down part, the end side, the bottom side or the end side. You take the measurement of measure 2 inch. I'll be using 2 inches at that side, 2 inches at that side. I'll be using 2 inches at that side. Can you see that? That's 2 inches here. Then I'll come to this part. Let me move my camera. I'll come to this part, this flap part. I'll take measurement of 2.5. You can use 2.5 or 3. So let me use 2.5. And you can, you know what? Many people ask me why I usually, let me do the camera very well. Why I always take 2.5 as my measurement here, or 3. This part is meant for you, for your trouser to have space, like for you to have space, for your trouser to have space while you are walking. And more so, when we were taking the measurement of the front, we never had any sewing allowance, that is seam allowance. So this part we serve for that, and also this part sorry, let me turn my camera. This side too, that we took 2.5 inches. That's stand for the 2 inches here, and the 2.5 inches here we stand as our sewing seam allowance, and also for your pant trouser to have space on your body. Like if you want to cross, if you want to enter the bike, the car, or you're even sitting, it will be fair, it will look good, it will be okay when you are wearing it, when you're wearing your pants. Do you understand that? So anyways, yeah, you take measurement of 2.5, and you can as well take 3 inches for this side. If you are making a pant for someone that is big, on a plus size, a very plus size. So to cut the back pattern, you fold your fabric into 2. So yeah, then you come to this down part of your front piece. You mark 2 inch. Can you see that? 2 inches. Then the 2 inches, I'll be telling you what it is meant for. See, the 2 inches there is meant for you. Wait, before then, let me just show you this. Let me move the camera. Then at this flap area, you will be taking measurement of 2.5 or 3. That depends on the size of the person you're making this for. If the person is on a plus size, you can just take measurement of 3 inches here. If the person you are making it for is someone big, you can just mark 3 inches here, but 2.5 to 2 is still fine. So this measurement here, 2.5 here, and and the down part where I mark 2.5 are meant for you know the front body is quite different from our back body, and also we need seam allowance, that is the side seam of our back to join the front piece. So altogether, that is what we are doing at, let me move the camera, that is what we are doing here, and that is what we are doing here. And for this area, why it is 2.5 is because we need this part to be a little bit and to be firm, to be able to sit, to be able to enter bike, for you to be able to walk, you understand. And remember I said our back body, everyone's back body is quite different from the front body. We have our boots on, so all these measurements here, that is the 2.5 or 3 you'll be taking here, and the 2 inches down here is meant for our back measurement, because we have bottom at the back. Of course, we don't have bottom at the front. That is why we are taking that measurement there. Then you will have to connect this together with this. You connect the down part, which is 2 inches, and the 2.5 inches, or probably you are using 3, you will connect it this way. But before then, let me move the fabric. Before then, you remember at this part, you will have to take measurement of, let me move my camera so that I will not block your view. Wait, sorry, I need to move that camera so I will not be blocking you whole. Let's set the camera. So at this part, I'll be taking measurement of, inward, I'll be taking measurement of 1 inch. So after taking the measurement of this part, 2.5 inch or half inch, I've forgotten I said I've forgotten. I never know my camera was not covering this part where I marked, but just still the same, never mind. So from this side that you took 2.5 inches or your 3 inches. But before we go on, you remember this side while we were chalking or marking the front measurements, we took 1 inch downward. We marked 1 inch. Remember? You remember we marked 1 inch. Yeah? You remember I marked 1 inch and I connected it on a slant way. I connected it this way. I slanted it this way. So we have to cut it out. Now, you can cut it out before you start your back piece, and you can cut it. You can cut it immediately you are cutting the of the front part, and you can cut it when you after laying down your front piece to the back piece. The choice is yours. So I've cut out the 1 inch slant. Yeah. So from this side now, from this part, you come inward by half inch. Yeah, half inch. I hope you're getting what I'm doing. Half inch at that side. Then you come upward by 2 inch. Remember, we we cut out 1 inch here that we connected to this side at the front part of our let me move the camera, front part of our pants or trouser. We took measurement from up to down 1 inch, and we connected it to the side of our trouser. These are the side part of our trouser, the hip side of our trouser, the side anyway where the pocket will be. So from the flap here, we connected, we slant it by 1 inch here to this side. So definitely 1 inch is missing here. So you, instead of adding the 1 inch back at the front, so here just take measurement of 2 inch. The 1 inch we slanted here is to give it a shape. Remember the front of our body, it's quite different, also different. The waist, this front side of our waist, the front side of our trouser, the waist part is also different from the back. So this is why we slanted 1 inch here to meet this side. We connected it to this side and we cut it out. So at the back, remember our back side, it's somehow up. I don't know how I can explain that, but it's quite different from the front. And for in case you want to sit, you want to bend, so that your bottom at the back, your back side won't be showing. Let me use it that way. The back side won't be showing your back. This is why we are adding this 2 inches here. Then you connect the 2 inches here to this side. And mind you, you can use this formula, the cutting formula that I've been explaining to you since. You can use it to cut a pant or trouser for a female as well. There's just a little bit different, which I'll be doing that on another tutorial. But one of the different is, okay, I'll be doing one of the different from the male trouser, male pants to the female is, one of the reasons is this back, which I'll be explaining on another video that I'll be doing concerning the female pants. So just connect this to this, because the back here, it will be quite, the back here, the flap here, it's quite different from the female pants. You know, most female have this back very well, so it's quite different. Even for those who doesn't have much back, much bum, there's just a little bit different, which I'll be explaining on another tutorial. So let's do this first. Let's connect it together. You connect from there to that side. It's so easy and simple, right? Yeah. So from that side, from this side, you connect it to meet the flap. Let me move the camera again. Just connect it this way. Connect it this way. Connect it this way. Connect both together. You can do it this way to connect, but for you to see it on the camera, let me connect it this way. You can use the ruler, the straight ruler, as you wish, but just make sure you are connecting it right. You connect it this way to this side. Then from this side, you connect this way. You connect it this way. You see that? So now for our back flap, you just shape it to this side. ½ inch. Then you shape it this way. I'm used to free and sorry about that. Do you see that? That will be for our back flap. Then we'll connect. Don't forget. Let me move the camera. Don't forget to connect these parts this part to forget to connect it, the 2.5 here, yeah, don't forget to connect it to this part, so let me be doing that off camera and show you how I'll cut it. So can you see I've connected everything. That's from the down. This is the down part with 2 inches and camera. This, you remember the M side of 2.5, 2.5, that's 2.5 that we, so I slanted it also a little bit. So look at it, the shape here that we shape, the way we did this, you follow the shape. So you shape it, just connect it like I said, from this side, connect it to the down. But the side here, the side part of your trouser will remain the same. We're going to be cutting it the same as it is. No addition, the same way it is. That's how we'll be cutting it. Let me start the cutting so you can see that. So I'm cutting it this way. So and there's one thing I want to show you. You see this part, you'll be using this part for your pockets, for your pocket flap. You'll be using it for your pockets. So just straighten it. For your pockets. So by the time you cut it out, you use it for your pocket. For your pocket, right? So let's cut it. There's a shift or what? It's ½ inch. So that's it. I've ruled it out, and you'll be wondering what I did here, right? I just had to straighten it here because this part, we'll be using this part for our pockets, to make our pockets, for our pocket flap, this part. So I just had to rule it straight. Hope you understand. So bam. Then here, just have to trim it here. That's for our pockets flap. I'll be showing you how to use it on your pockets because you keep it very well. You'll be needing it for your pockets. You'll be needing it for your pockets. For your right pocket, one for your left. You can see. That's just what I did. From we cut out the other time when we finished cutting the front part. We said we'll be using it for our flap, for our zipper parts. That's this. Remember? This was the one we first. You can see it's smaller than this. Look at it. It's smaller. The big one will be for the pockets. White to be added to the pocket. I'll show you how to do that when we are doing the sewing of this pant or trouser or pant trouser. But this will be for the what is it called, for the zipper area. So now let's cut. Please don't make mistake. Calm down and cut. this has to be from here. Cut it. It's already, I said, very slant. The slant there has to be slight, not something serious, not a very sharp slant. Slant rather. But I'm not using crepe, I'm using brocade. But most of that flat. So to shape out your pocket on your pant or on your pant trouser, all you have to do is just take the front panel, the front piece of your pant, then take your stay. The stay, the type of stay you're going to use depend on the fabric you're using, on how hard the fabric is. If the fabric is a kind of hard fabric like ashoke and all of that, you don't really need you don't need hard stay on it for your pockets. So when you take this, since our pockets, it's an adult pocket, it will be 7.5, that's 7.5. So sorry, it will be 7 inch. So all you have to do is take your stay, take a measurement of 7.5 for your stay, while the pocket will be 7 inch opening. So you take your stay and take a measurement, measured 7.5. Then all you have to just do, it will be in 2. That's for 2 pockets, right? Yeah. Then all you have to just do is to shape it at the down. Shape it at the down. Give it a shape, a curved shape. Like this. A nice curved shape like this. You can see the way I'm doing. Just see that. Seeing that. Just give it a curved shape like. Then place your front piece. Let it be equal and straight. Or you just take one of the piece. Then find the gum area where the gum is. Just take it. The straight part here is what will be what you place this way. I'm trying to see the gum area. So just place it this way. Are you seeing that? Place it this way. Let me don't really like this. I bought it already before I know. So just take your iron. Are you seeing that? Let me move my camera so you can see. You can see that. So just place your hot iron. It's hot. Just place it on it. Of course, you use hot iron, not cold iron. Just gum it, and I'll be doing this, and I'll be doing the second part off camera. You have to notch and take your measurement of 7 inch for the real pocket, 7 inch, right? Then you notch it. You take, look at this, 7 inch, right? Yeah, 7 inch. Yeah, then you just take the scissors and notch it. I'll be doing that off camera now, then I'll show you the next thing to do. So you can see I've notched this part. Look at it. After adding my stay, I notch this part. The notching means the cutting of this part. Just cut it a little bit, not too much, not a big cut. So just notch it this way, like an ½ inch inward or quarter inward, not even up to ½ inch, and you can use ½ inch. You don't like that, just notch it a little bit, give it a little bit cut. Yeah, you see that it's cut. Then why are we cutting this? Why are we notching this? Yeah, is because for us to make a fold here, because we need to make a fold here for our pocket. Yeah, so to make the fold, you have to notch it, because if you don't notch here, you will not be able to fold it, because we're not going to fold it equally. So yeah, right here you place one finger here, on the notch part at the down, after the notch, you place your finger here, then you fold it the way I'm demonstrating on this video. You can see the upper part of this is wider than the down part. Yeah, this is why you have to notch this part. That's for that. So after bending it this way, you will still need your iron to iron this part very well, especially if you have a steam iron. Good. And if you don't have, just use the iron you have. You know, I always say it, use whatever you have to get whatever you want, but not something negative, right? Yeah, you shouldn't use negative things to get to, you shouldn't expect using negative things to get good things. So yeah, so as I was saying, what I mean is just use what you have in fashion to create something. Example was like when my ruler was broken, I just have to do this video. I can't wait until I get another ruler here. So as I was saying, on this video, you take measurement of 2 inch. Just place your tape rule. Look what I'm doing. Look the way I'm doing it. I'm trying to get 2 inches at this part. At this part. Look at it. I'm trying to get a fold of 2 inch. Let me show you. I'm trying to do it this way, from here to here. I'm trying to make sure that part is 2 inches. It depends on you how you want it. I want it 2 inches fold up at that upper side. So then you place your iron on it and iron it down. I really don't like this, my iron. When I bought it, I thought it would be a steam iron. Don't mind me. But after buying it, getting on my hair, see, it's not what I really want. It's just heavy, but it doesn't do what I want. But yeah, that is, I'm using what I have right now to get to achieve what I want. So you do this, yeah. Iron it very well to bring out that shape. You're still going to need this notch part while sewing it, and to make your sewing easier for you, to make your pants easier, you have to do this while you're cutting it. It will make your work so easy. Then fold the second one the same way. You don't, and there's something you don't have to, never mind, you don't have to make this part equal to this upside. Let me move the camera. It doesn't have to be equal here. The fourth part here doesn't have to match up or meet up with this, with the edge of your trouser, your waist area. You just do the way I am demonstrating, or you flip it this way to make it more easier for you. Flip it this way to do the second part. That's the second piece of your pants. You just have to be sure it's accurate. See that? See that? Place your iron on it very well, and so you'll be getting a good result. See that? See that? Iron that part. You can see it's giving the shape of the pocket already without sewing it. See that? So I'll be showing you the next thing right now, because when you're cutting or you're sewing, especially when you are doing prep for your sewing, you need to iron very well. Even to start your cutting, you need to iron your fabric so it can lay very well. But for sewing, you need, as a fashion designer, you need to iron. You need to love how to iron. If you don't like to iron, if you're a type that doesn't like ironing, oh, I'm sorry. You need to iron a lot. It makes the work neat and look good, even without the finishing. So by the time you finish your work too, your design, you still need to iron it. It makes it look really good. That is why I'm making this video to be a full video and to show you from A to Z without hiding anything, even from my editing, without hiding anything from you guys. See that, how nice it's looking already. Here I've cut down my pocket off camera, but I intend not to shape it off camera so I can show you all. On this is 14, since it's an adult, you can use as you desire, but on this I'm using 14 by 14 inches. 14 horizontal and vertical is 14 too. You see that? Look at it, 14 by 14. For kids, for children, you don't have to use 14. Of course, you'll be using something less, like inches lesser than this. Yeah? Then you fold it into two. Yeah, fold it into two. Very simple. After folding it into two, you know it's two pockets, so the fold will be in 4 right now. Then you come straight to this part. You just place your arm on it and give it a, or should I shape it for you? Just, this is what we are trying to achieve. I don't want to cut it with free hand so you can understand what I'm trying to do. Then just give it a shape. See that shape? That pocket shape. Give it that shape. You see that? So from the, see that? The shape is curved at this part, right? Yeah. I've also cut out my band, so I'm going to be putting stay on it. This for the band, I'm using the fabric for the band. If it is a suit trouser, I'll be using the fabric and also, what is it called? I'll gum it on it, not gum stay. There's this thing we always use, I've forgotten, I'll gum it, but yeah, I'll be using the fabric all through, just the way we always do the band of our, similar to the band of a skirt. So I'll be folding it this way, then you fold ½ inch. This is 5 anyway, 5 inch, you fold half here. Yeah, you fold it into 2, then you place your iron this middle, iron everything. Let's this middle have a gator, a kind of gator, a line. The iron will bring out a line here. Then you bring, you see, even without putting iron, is bringing out that middle line. Then you fold it here. That is after that, after you might have added your stay, then you fold it like this, ½ inch, then it will be this way. But I'll be showing you how to attach it to the pant while I'm sewing it. Then it will be this way. Isn't that looking good? Look at it. Then it will be this way, right? Yeah, let me show you. And for the band, for this band, the waist I'm using, where's the measurement? The waist I'm using is, I think, the waist is 30, I think the waist is 30, and it's 2 band for the whole body of the 30 inches, 30 measurements. So here, I just took measurement, divided by 2 will be 15, right? Yeah. So I just added, you can add as much as inches you want to it. If it remains, it's better for it to remain while you're sewing. You just cut it out when you're attaching it to the pant. but this is 15 plus like 5 inches, I think 5 inches extra, and also this the same size. So by the time I am adding it to the waist, there's a place where I'll be folding it this way to attach it, and after attaching it will remain even on the fabric where the button will be, right after the zip. You know, most pants after zip there's always a button where the buttonhole will be, the button and all of that. So, or some add a hook or see you on my next video. But before then, have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? Please, if you haven't do that, please do that. I'm begging you, please do that. You see a bell, a kind of bell, a church bell, a very small bell at the right side of your screen. Please just click on it and subscribe to my channel. This clicking will always pop up, or I mean it will always notify you whenever I drop any new video. And for my Facebook fans, for my Instagram fans, Telegram, X app, thank you so much for your subscription. Thank you for always commenting. Thank you for always liking my video, for always sharing my video. Till we meet next on the tutorial or on the sewing of this pant, I love you and God bless you all. Bye.